Hey guys, just to serve as proof that I'm not an immortal fucking god, is that I just recently really strained my neck not too long ago. I think on Monday I strained my neck, and so all of my training has taken a stop. I've had to force myself onto a deload period, and I've had to be very careful about training around this particular part of my neck, and I can show you. So from the trap leading up into the occipital end of my skull, and even pulling from the occipital end into my temporalis, I'm getting migraines on the right side of my skull where my temple is. This is called the temporalis muscle. When you squeeze your masseter to go bite down, it will initiate that temporalis muscle. Also, muscles connecting from your posterior chain will come all the way over into that zone as well. So I've constantly got migraines, constantly working through migraines, and just recently, two individuals that I trust told me, like, hey man, you gotta start smashing that thing. And so I'm gonna really quickly take you through a little bit of a smashing technique. So I'm gonna take this lacrosse ball, and I'm just gonna roll myself out on it and just see how that ends up working. I've been doing a lot of stretching, a lot of postural exercises where I'll pull that shoulder into where the shoulder girdle rests most naturally for most people. Now, what you don't know about me is that I've had chronic shoulder injuries. I've worked through chronic shoulder injuries, and it's like a really difficult circumstance. Let's see if this is. That's been a very difficult circumstance for me to overcome. And so checking the posture to then pull these shoulders back into the natural shoulder placement where the shoulder muscles are aligned with the shoulder socket. Boom. We talk about proper neck posture on here, and that's an integral connecting point to having good neck posture. I have a very straight neck just by nature of the way that I train and the things that I emphasize with the posterior chain, but even I'm not perfect. So like, take that as a rule of thumb. You can always be getting better at things. And so I'm gonna take you through this lacrosse ball sort of tutorial, and I'm just gonna roll out my my posterior delt, and I'm gonna go up into my trap, and I'm gonna go up into that, where that trap connects to that lower portion of my occipital bone, all right? So I hope I'm in view. I'm just gonna lay down in here. Put you down with me. So I'm laying down on this thing. I'm coming right down to where my posterior delt is. So when you do rear delt flies, this is what's being activated. This pulling motion, pulling the delt down into the ground, like so. And so I'm experiencing a lot of pain and stiffness here. And so gradually, I'm gonna roll into my trap, like so, and naturally as I glide over my trap, I'm gonna be getting into that neck muscle. So this is called the cervical spine, where the neck is. Work from the cervical spine into the occipital bone. This is where I'm experiencing all my headaches. So I'm in the muscles of the cervical spine. This is my neck. back down into my trap, up the neck. Now, occipital bone right here. And if you don't think you have muscles here, you most certainly do. So if you guys are experiencing neck tension and migraines in the temples, really engage in a little bit of this. Keep your jaw kind of lax and just work into that neck little by little. And remember, keep your shoulders retracted. That way your shoulder is in the correct girdle spot and it's most protected. Keeps it from slipping. I'm going back into my shoulder. Whoo! All right. Thank you for watching.